Hi, this is Jose Schmidt with Transplant of Florida, speaking to you from our surgery center located in Fort Myers, Florida. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the type of gimmicks that are offered to patients during their research phase in finding a good hair transplant clinic. I've been helping patients through their hair restoration experience for the last 20 years. I'm a patient myself. I learned long ago from the get-go, the best way to go about helping prospective patients is to dedicate yourself to teach. Patients don't want to be sold. They want to learn. They want to learn everything about hair restoration, from are they a candidate or not? What are the pre-ops? What are the post-ops? How is the surgery? What about the healing? What about the growth? So that's something I dedicated myself to do, is to teach, because it made patients feel more comfortable. Never sold anybody. My job is to relay good, accurate information so the patient themselves can make a good, educated decision. One of the gimmicks that we heard, and this is something that comes from you folks, we learn about a lot about the industry and how things are being handled and done because you folks shared stories with us. Several patients, as a matter of fact, that they were offered free PRP if they would sign on the spot to do surgery with certain clinics. And that's something that we thought was very interesting, because we've had several patients come to consultation with us. They had tried PRP numerous times, invested a lot of money with zero to no result at all, nothing. So we find it peculiar that other clinics actually offer it as a hook to get people to sign with them, when we in fact haven't seen a whole lot of results from it. So, and it's interesting because we saw a push in these kind of gimmicks from the year 2018 forward in reference to PRP. And, if you use common sense, does that mean results before 2018 weren't good in the industry? Of course they were. I myself am a patient. I'm all transplanted from front to back, and I don't have a drop of PRP in me, and neither do any of our patients, and they get great results. Second one we heard was some patients visiting websites, and they would see that doctor saying, they were an international award-winning doctor in the hair transplant surgery. Well, I find that very funny, because my doctor has over 30 years of experience. He's a cosmetic surgeon specializing only in hair, which is a few, maybe a handful in the whole country. All right. And we've never been invited to any tournament that would find the international award-winning doctor. So these are all little terms and little gimmicks that are used to try to convince you that they are the best. And again, we don't sell people with gimmicks or anything. We teach about the surgery, which is the most important thing, and also show the results that we deliver. The things that I think you should look for in your research is a clinic that, and the team that has the heart of a teacher. You want to learn. You want to learn as much as you can, because the more you learn, the better decision you're going to make. First and foremost, don't be sold. Number two, you want a great doctor. Dr. Samuel Bottom, my surgeon, has been doing this for over 30 years. He's a cosmetic surgeon, and he specializes only in hair. So you have the best of the best as far as that. Is he the only one in the United States? Of course not. There are a handful in the whole country that have those characteristics. That's something that really makes him stand out amongst many doctors in the industry. Another thing you want is, you want to make sure the doctor's involved in the industry. You want to make sure that, especially if you're doing an FUE surgery, he's not next door doing something else while a technician's doing your full surgery. The doctor has to be involved from beginning to end. Is there help from technicians? Of course there are. A doctor cannot do a hair transplant surgery from A to Z. It's impossible. But you want to make sure he's leading the group, he's involved from A to Z. And lastly, you want great results. At the end of the day, that's what you're looking for. You want to get them at a respectable price. I think we're very fairly priced compared to many others in the industry, and that will give you the maximum value. So if you'd like to see our results, you can check them out at hairtransplantsoflorida.com. And if you'd like a virtual or in-person consultation, they're complimentary. You can reach us at 855-855-4310. Jose Schmidt with Hair Transplants of Florida. We look forward to hearing from you soon.